Students, in our last video lecture, we have completed our second chapter, that is the construction of substructure. In the today's video lecture, we are going to start our next chapter, that is unit number 3, the construction of superstructure, which carries 20 marks. So, in this chapter, we are going to study the construction of superstructure. The content of this chapter is first topic, that is the stone masonry, in which we are going to study the various terms which are used in the stone masonry, then the types of the stone masonry and the various precautions or the procedure and the selection of the stone masonry. Then the second point, that is the brick masonry, in which we are going to learn the various terms used in the brick masonry, the various types of the brick masonry, the various bonds which are present into the brick masonry. Then the next point, that is the comparison between the stone masonry and the brick masonry. And then that is the hollow concrete block masonry or the composite masonry. The next point in this chapter, that is the scaffolding, the necessity, component parts and the types of the scaffolding, platforms used for the multi-storied building. Next point, that is the scaffolding and shoring, the purpose, types of scaffolding, the process of erection and the dismantling, the purpose and the type of shoring, then the formwork, the definition of formwork, requirement of the formwork, material used in the formwork and the type of earthwork and the removal of the formwork. So these are the some points which we are going to study in this chapter. So in this chapter we are going to study in detail the stone masonry, brick masonry and composite masonry. Then the comparison between these three types of masonry, and then scaffolding and shoring and the formwork. So this is the whole content of the chapter number 3. So before that we will just revise what is the meaning of superstructure. So the superstructure is that part of the building which is above the floor level, and its main function is to enclose or the divide the space. So the superstructure means what? So whatever the part or whatever the construction we are going to do above the floor level, that is the superstructure. So this superstructure includes beam, column, slab, wall, flooring, roofing, then tiling and the various windows, doors. So these are the some parts of the superstructure. So this compose a superstructure unit. So the superstructure, it is the part of the building which is above the floor level, and all components which are above the floor level are known as the superstructure. So the next part in this chapter, that is the masonry. So masonry is essentially a wall material which should have sufficient strength and stability. Okay, so masonry means what? It is specifically for the wall construction, or from which material we are going to construct that wall. According to that masonry it is classified. So masonry means what? It is a part of a wall material which should have sufficient strength and stability. Whatever the material we are going to use for the construction of the wall, it should have a sufficient strength to carry the load coming on it, and also the stability it should have, so that it can sustain the various types of loads coming on it, as well as all the environmental changes that can be sufficiently carried out by the masonry unit. So masonry, it is related with the construction of wall only. Okay. So सुपरस्ट्रक्चर म्हणजे काय, तर जो काही पार्ट आपल्या फ्लोअर लेवलच्या वरती असतो त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, सुपरस्ट्रक्चर. बिल्डिंगचे दोन पार्ट असतात, एक असतो सबस्ट्रक्चर आणि दुसरा असतो कुठला, सुपरस्ट्रक्चर. सो सबस्ट्रक्चर म्हणजे काय, इट इज दॅट पार्ट ऑफ अ बिल्डिंग विच इज बिलो द फ्लोअर लेवल. अँड सुपरस्ट्रक्चर म्हणजे काय, इट इज दॅट पार्ट ऑफ द बिल्डिंग विच इज अबाव द फ्लोअर लेवल. ओके. सो इन द सुपरस्ट्रक्चर फर्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू सी द मॅसनरी. मॅसनरी म्हणजे काय, तर मॅसनरी हे इसेन्शियली वॉल कन्स्ट्रक्शनशी रिलेटेड वर्ड आहे. मॅसनरी म्हणजे काय, तर जे काही वॉल मटेरियल आपण यूज करणार आहे दॅट इज इसेन्शियली अ मॅसनरी, अँड दॅट मटेरियल इट शुड हॅव अ सफिशियंट स्ट्रेंथ अँड स्टॅबिलिटी. म्हणजे जे काही मटेरियल्स आपण मॅसनरीमध्ये किंवा वॉल कन्स्ट्रक्शन मध्ये यूज करणार आहे दॅट मटेरियल शुड बी हॅव अ सफिशियंट स्ट्रेंथ आणि स्टॅबिलिटी, सो दॅट त्याच्यावरती जे काही लोड्स येणार आहेत ते सगळे लोड्स प्रॉपरली ते जे काही बिल्डिंग आहे ते बिल्डिंग सस्टेन करायला पाहिजे आणि ॲज इट इज रिमेन व्हायला पाहिजे. सो फॉर दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू have the material which is having a sufficient strength and stability. So these are the main 2 points in the chapter, that is the superstructure. What is the meaning of superstructure and what is the meaning of masonry. Okay. Now the next, that is the classification of the masonry. आणि जसं की मी आधी सांगितलं, the masonry it is classified according to the material which is used for the wall construction. So the masonry it is classified under the 3 categories. First, that is the stone masonry. Second, that is brick masonry, and third, that is the hollow block concrete masonry or composite masonry. So these are the 3 types of the masonry. So masonryचं classification कशावर होतं, according to the material used. कुठल्या प्रकारचं मटेरियल आपण मॅसनरी कन्स्ट्रक्शन मध्ये यूज करतो किंवा वॉल कन्स्ट्रक्शन मध्ये आपण कुठल्या टाईपचं मटेरियल यूज करतो, अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट मॅसनरी इज क्लासिफाईड. सो फर्स्ट, दॅट इज द स्टोन मॅसनरी. स्टोन मॅसनरी म्हणजे काय, ज्याच्यामध्ये आपण स्टोन्स ॲज अ मॅसनरी मटेरियल म्हणून यूज करतो. सेकंड, दॅट इज द ब्रिक मॅसनरी, म्हणजे ज्याच्यामध्ये आपण जे आपले रेड ब्रिक्स असतात ते ब्रिक्स ॲज अ मॅसनरी युनिट म्हणून वापरतो. आणि थर्ड, दॅट इज द हॉलोज ब्लॉक मॅसनरी और द कंपोजिट मॅसनरी, म्हणजे ज्याच्यामध्ये आपण कॉन्क्रीट ब्लॉक वापरतो. ते कॉन्क्रीट ब्लॉक मे बी सॉलिड असू शकतात किंवा हॉलो ब्लॉक असू शकतात. सो दीज आर द 3 कॅटेगरीज ऑफ द मॅसनरी: स्टोन मॅसनरी, ब्रिक मॅसनरी अँड हॉलो ब्लॉक कॉन्क्रीट मॅसनरी. Now we will see one by one. First, that is the stone masonry. So stone masonry, it is the art of building the structures in the stones. So when we are going to construct a wall in a building, so at that time we are using stones as a material for building the wall. So this is an art of building the structures with the help of stones. So at the ancient ages where the bricks are not available, at that time generally we are using the stones as a building material. So for that we are using the types of rocks such as igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks or the metamorphic rocks. म्हणजे whatever the stones, those are collected from these types of the rocks. For example, in the construction we are using granite, then diabase, then limestone, sandstone, dolomite, laterite or marble. These are the some types of the rocks from which we are collecting the stones for the construction purpose. So these stones are abundantly available in the nature. Okay. So these types of the stone, the various types of the stones, these are abundantly available in the nature. So the quantity of the stones or the quantity of the rocks available in the nature it is too large. So for the construction purpose we can take the some part of these stones for the building construction, and that's why this is the economical material for the construction. So these stones when cut and dressed to the proper shapes proves to be an economical material for the construction. So whatever the stones which are available from the rocks, these are not in the proper shapes, or these are not a properly dressed one. So when we are using these stones into the construction work, then these stones are properly cut into the shapes and these are dressed to have the proper shapes, and these stones are proved to be an economical material for the construction work. So the stone masonry, it is the art of building the structures with the help of the stones. So from the igneous rock, sedimentary rock or metamorphic rock, we can collect the various types of the stones which are required for the construction purpose. So these types of the stones are abundantly available in the nature. So easily we can use these stones as a construction material. These stones are cut into and dressed to the proper shapes, proved to be economical material for the construction purpose. So this stone masonry, it is the economical one in the case of the construction work. So there are various terms which are used into the stone masonry. म्हणजे ज्यावेळी आपण स्टोन मेसनरी कन्स्ट्रक्शन कॅरी आउट करणार आहे त्यावेळी आपल्याला वेगवेगळ्या त्याच्याशी रिलेटेड ज्या टर्म्स आहेत त्या टर्म्स माहिती असणं गरजेचं असतं when we are working on the site. So there are several terms which are used into the stone masonry. So first, that is the face. What is the meaning of face? So it is the exterior of the wall exposed to the weather is called as a face. म्हणजे जी काही वॉल आपण कन्स्ट्रक्ट करणार आहे त्याचा जो एक्सटेरियर फेस असतो, त्याचा जो एक्सटेरियर पार्ट असतो विच इज एक्सपोज्ड टू द वेदर कंडिशन्स, म्हणजे ज्या वॉलची जी बाहेरची बाजू आहे त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो फेस. त्याच्यानंतर नेक्स्ट टर्म काय आहे फेसिंग. सो इट इज द मटेरियल युज्ड इन द फेस नोन ॲज अ facing. So whatever the material which we are going to use as a exterior surface of the wall, that is known as a facing. म्हणजे वॉलचं जे एक्सटेरियर सरफेस आहे ते कन्स्ट्रक्ट करण्यासाठी आपण कुठल्या पद्धतीचं मटेरियल वापरतो, that material it is known as a facing of the brick or stone masonry. Next, that is the back. The inner surface of the wall which is not exposed to the weather is called as a back. म्हणजे जी काही वॉल आपण कन्स्ट्रक्ट करणार आहे त्या वॉलचा जो इनर सरफेस आहे जो की वेदरला एक्सपोज्ड नाहीये त्याला म्हणायचं बॅक. सो जो वॉलचा बाहेरचा बाजू आहे त्याला आपण फेस म्हणतो, वॉलची जी आतली बाजू आहे त्याला काय आपण म्हणतो बॅक. So the next term, that is the backing. So the material forming the back is known as a backing. म्हणजे ज्या मटेरियल पासून आपण बॅक फॉर्म करतो किंवा बॅक कन्स्ट्रक्ट करण्यासाठी आपण जे मटेरियल वापरतो that is known as a backing. So these are the four easy terms, that is the face, facing, back and backing. Face means what? It is the exterior of the wall exposed to the weather is called as a face. Facing means what? The material which is used in the face known as a facing. Back, the inner surface of the wall which is not exposed to the weather is called as a back. Backing means the material forming the back known as a backing. Now the next term, that is the heartings. So it is the interior portion of the wall between the facing and backing. म्हणजे भिंतीची जी आतली बाजू आणि बाहेरची बाजू आहे ह्याच्यामध्ये जो काही पोर्शन आहे इंटेरियर that is known as a hearting. Then the tuft stone. So it is the most important term in the stone masonry. So in the stone masonry work, some stones are placed at a regular interval right across the wall, known as a tuff stone. So these stones increase the bonding capacity in between the facing and backing. So tuff stone म्हणजे काय? तर असे स्टोन्स जेव्हा आपण स्टोन मेसनरी कन्स्ट्रक्ट करतो त्यावेळी रेग्युलर इंटरवलला आपण स्टोन्स प्लेस करतो. सो दीज स्टोन्स, आता या स्टोन्सचा वापर काय? सो इट इन्क्रीज द बॉन्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी बिटवीन फेसिंग अँड बॅकिंग. म्हणजे वॉलची जी एक्सटेरियर अँड इंटेरियर बाजू आहे त्या दोघांमधलं बॉन्डिंग प्रॉपर करण्यासाठी आपण ट्रफ स्टोन्स वापरतो. नेक्स्ट, that is the first we will see the figure. So in this figure you can see the various parts of the various terms what we have seen. So this part, the interior wall, the interior part of the wall, it is known as the back. एक्सटेरियर पार्ट ऑफ द वॉल म्हणजे या वॉलची जी बाहेरची बाजू आहे इकडची त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो? फेस. आणि फेस आणि बॅकच्या मध्ये जे पार्ट आहे त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो? सो हर्टिंग. ओके, सो दीज आर द थ्री पार्ट्स, इंटरनल, एक्सटर्नल आणि हर्टिंग. त्याच्यानंतर कॅपस्टोन्स म्हणजे जे कॉर्नरचे टॉप स्टोन्स असतात त्याला कॅपस्टोन्स म्हणायचं. त्याच्यानंतर टफ स्टोन म्हणजे जो महत्वाचा पार्ट मी सांगितला. आता इथं बघितला तर टफ स्टोन तुम्हाला दिसतोय जो की बॅक पासून स्टार्ट होतो फेस पर्यंत संपतो. जर बाकीचे स्टोन तुम्ही ऑब्झर्व केले तर त्या केसमध्ये काय होते बघा, स्टोन पूर्ण लेंथला आहे का वॉलच्या? नाहीये. सो इथं जर आपण स्टफ स्टोन म्हणजे काय असतो, बॅक पासून फेस पर्यंत टोटली एकच स्टोन आपण प्रोव्हाइड करतो ज्याला कुठेही ब्रेक नसतो. आणि याच्यामुळे काय होतं तर आपलं जे बॉन्डिंग आहे वॉलचं ते बॉन्डिंग प्रॉपरली राहतं. ओके, सो दिस इज द figure in which we can see the terms which are used into the stone masonry. Okay, so today we will stop over here. The next terms we can see into the next lecture. Okay, so in the today's lecture what we have discussed, that is what is the meaning of superstructure, what is the meaning of masonry, then what are the various types of the masonry according to the material used, and then the various terms which are used into the stone masonry. Okay, so today we will stop over here. Thank you.